In a world gone digital, most reading and writing done by young people today is online, in chat logs, in video essays, and web browsers. The knowledge gained from these readings is as real as any book or magazine or text, regardless of physicality. The readers of today are constantly seeking stimulation, and in doing so, stumbling upon lots of information, sometimes very valuable, sometimes useless, or worse, incorrect. The properties of these digital spaces can be educational, and powerfully so, if treated with the care and consideration things like textbooks are in academic settings. But exactly how are young readers interacting with and contributing to these online spaces? The inhabitants of the internet are dedicated readers, information gatherers, and content creators. Their efforts are both noticeable and impactful to their peers and their personal sense of literacy competence. How adolescents behave on the internet is proof of this. Existing in online spaces demands the participation of its inhabitants. You cannot sit back and watch. To be online is to read, and to interact with is to write. To be online is to exist in a community of writers. Literacy has many parts, which can take a linear path when going online. First, a reader must know where to go, which platforms to explore, and how to get there. Such literacy is experience-based, and the basis for all other interactions. The next step involves searching for what you want to know. The existence of a search bar in nearly every online space implies the expectation that some amount of discovery is the natural goal of online spaces. To prove the inherent academic quality of this usage of the internet, Kingsley describes online reading, which includes not just reading of text, but also of visual and auditory messages, as primarily task-based, as readers typically use the internet to ask a question or solve a problem. Therefore, when students read to comprehend on the internet, they are engaging in online research. Using the internet is typically to satiate a desire for knowledge. Search bars are but one way this happens. A skill of knowing what to write and how to write it, the use of keywords and the like, is also needed in this digital literacy. After getting to where the information is stored, readers are then able to consume this new knowledge. YouTube videos, TikTok clips, Reddit forums, and browser-based text posts are only a few of the available forms digital texts take. A wonderful aspect of almost every text on the internet is its multimodality. Most all information on the internet, in fact, involves at least one text, visual, or auditory element, usually all three at once. Video essays, for instance, include text as narrative voice, background music with a connection to a larger focus of the video, and visual aids to enhance learning whatever topic the video is about. This ability of digital media to be presented in many different forms allows reader engagement with the text to be the primary focus. As such, learning is much more impactful and present. Information gained on the internet is powerful because its readers are more engaged there than anywhere else. The content digital readers look up with the intention to learn something is engaging because they care about it. Boehmer writes, "When the reading situation is motivated and purposeful and the reader is engaged, the reader will make the overall experience make sense, even if there are some confusing spots along the way." Writing is how readers can work through what they learn and come to make the meaning their own. Ensuring a text is personally relevant to you is how you have the motivation to push through that confusion and reach understanding. As such, the natural culmination of learning and reading on the internet is to go and write and create. Comment sections are filled with discussions and arguments and speculation. Text posts and TikToks eternally respond back and forth. Video essays are formed overnight after a recent information craze takes over. The internet is a place to share what you know and respond with questions to what you don't. Boehmer connects this form of reading and writing to the social nature of humans. We are social beings, and so of course we bring these habits of thinking to our reading. Social media and beyond all revolve around writing and creating to express and reading to know. These are core tenets of digital literacy. All this begs a question long speculated by educators. Should this digital landscape of readers and writers be acknowledged by academics? My answer is simple: yes. Sanders writes about the emerging collision of digital and academic spaces, stating, "Children and adults alike are using visual, audio, and technology media to capture, develop, produce, and publicly publish all types of products. and these uses have certainly spilled over into the literacy and English language arts classes. At the same time, Kingsley warns that negotiating multiliteracies on the internet begs for even more sophisticated uses of the traditional reading strategies used with print text. Spillage is happening. Students who read and write on the internet are going to take these skills into the classroom, regardless of other academic opinions. The response of teachers should be, how can we help? The skills needed to navigate the internet safely and effectively are not inherent to all who travel online. Knowledge about how algorithms and the attention economy work, skills of critical analysis and careful criticism of information, among other skills, need to be implemented into classrooms if students are to continue learning online. It should be stated that this inclusion of online spaces is not a must-have. We can continue as it has been, but the value of the internet, the value of free knowledge, and the sheer scale of engagement students can gain from digital text should be convincing enough. As Sanders assures academics, we do not include technology because we should, but because it allows for greater participation, collaboration, and distribution of knowledge that has not been possible with our previous uses of technology. The potential of technology as part of education should not be underestimated. Literacy in digital spaces is inevitable and should be valued as it is and what it could be. A reminder from Sanders is this: literacy is entangled, unable, and unwilling to be separated from the other modes, media, and language systems that constitute the very message that are sent, read, and/or interpreted. The youth of today have begun to unlock this new literacy, playing with its multimodal parts and contributing to a larger collection of knowledge. All we as educators must do is utilize what is already happening.